How do you think you've done?
I've definitely failed.
Okay. Stand it up. Okay.
It could always be worse.
Okay, I think you should keep your wheels straight at the moment. Nope, nope. Just because your back will get too close to that bollard there. So keep your wheels straight. Okay, okay, okay. That's a little too close there, I might say, yeah. I'm going to give control back to you. We're going to move away from this car. It's a bit too close. Hi guys, welcome back to Drive London. I'm Rohit, this is Ozzy. We're about to do a mock test for you guys. Ozzy has her test coming up on Saturday, yeah, and so in a couple of days time. We're just going to see how she performs on her first mock test today. Okay, so you ready for this? Yeah, I'm just going to explain how the test works so you guys understand and you understand as well. So it's going to last for 40 minutes. During those 40 minutes, we're going to keep her on the road ahead unless I ask you to turn left or right. There'll be 20 minutes of independent driving, one maneuver, and possibly the emergency stop. And there'll be one tell me question and one show me question. Okay. However, for the mock test, we're going to follow the sat nav the whole route. So the whole 40 minutes. But in your test, it'll be only 20 minutes. Okay. For you guys, if she makes any mistakes, any serious or dangerous mistakes, will be up in red at the top here. Any minor faults, it will be in amber at the top, and any good points, anything she does well, will be in green at the top here. Okay, should we get started? Yep. Okay, so sat-nav's already started. What I'd like us to do is just exit this car park. So this is a test centre car park. We're going to exit here, and then we're going to go to the right and follow the sat-nav after that. Okay. Okay, and the test starts now. Sorry, before we go, could you tell me how you check to see if your brakes are working correctly?
On moving off, you should press the brakes lightly and they shouldn't feel spongy or slack, and the car shouldn't pull to one side as you're applying them.
Perfect, thank you. I'm going to head towards the exit. You should keep your wheels straight at the moment. Okay, you just keep your wheels straight, just because your back will get too close to that bollard there. So keep your wheels straight, turn to your left. Yep, that's it, keep it straight. Yeah, that's it, and now you can. Okay, and it's right at the end of this road, and we're going to follow the sat nav after that.
After 80 yards, go left on the roundabout, first exit. Go left on the roundabout, first exit.
request to pull over and park in a safe place for me, please. Thank you, and drive on again for me, please.
After 300 yards, turn left, then take the second right. Turn left, then take the second right. After 200 yards, turn right. Turn right. At the end of the road, turn right, then cross the roundabout.
If I get you to pull over and park on the left, just after the silver car on the left. Don't worry about the driveways on this occasion. And get a little bit close to this car, but leave yourself enough room to move away, about a car's distance, a bit more forward, a little bit more. And that's great, thank you. And drive on again, and like the sat nav said, at the end of the road we're turning right.
turn right, then cross the roundabout. Cross the roundabout, second exit. Cross the roundabout, second exit. After 200 yards, cross the roundabout, second exit. Then, ahead, keep left. Cross the roundabout, second exit. Then, ahead, keep left. After 200 yards, turn left. Turn left. Ahead, keep left. At the end of the road, turn left. Turn left. Exit ahead. yards, go round the roundabout, 4th exit. Go round the roundabout, 4th exit. Take the exit, then keep left. After 80 yards, keep left. Keep left. At the end of the road, turn right. Turn right.
Safe to do so, I'd like you to wash and clean the front windscreen for me, please. Thank you.
After 300 yards, go left on the roundabout, 1st exit. left on the roundabout, first exit. After 200 yards, turn right. Turn right.
No, the center, we're just doing this right side. Give control back to you. We're going to move away from this car. That's a bit too close. A bit more to your right. Thank you.
After 100 yards, turn right.
And we're
then
taking that right.
Turn left.
So then we're
Turn
taking-
right.
Yep.
Then turn left.
Okay, we'll ignore the sat nav completely now. Just follow my directions, okay?
After 200 yards, turn left. Then, at the end of the road, turn left. Turn left.
We're gonna turn
then,
right.
at the end of the road, turn left.
pull over and park in a safe place again for me, please? Okay, we'll ignore pulling over and parking. We're going to take the next road on your left. And we're going to take the next road on your left again for me, please. We're going to come alongside this silver car here for me, please, and a reverse parallel park. We'll come straight into the maneuver, so we'll just come alongside this car. That's great. And we'll use this car to reverse parallel park within 2 car spaces. Thank you. Okay, thank you. And we'll drive on again for me, please. And what we're going to do actually now is we're going to do the emergency stop exercise. Okay, do you remember this?
Yep.
So when I put my hand towards the windscreen and say stop, I'd like you to carry the emergency stop. Okay?
Yep.
Drive on whenever you're ready. Stop!
80 yards, turn left, then turn right.
Okay, thank you. And we'll drive on again for me, please. And we're going to turn left.
Turn left, then turn right. Turn right.
And we are going
Then,
to turn right.
at the end of the road, turn left. Ahead, keep left.
And we're going to take the next road on your left.
At the end of the road, turn left.
Us just to pull over and park anywhere on the left here. Don't worry about the driveways too much. Anywhere on the left will do. Okay, thank you. And that brings us to the end of our test today, okay? Just give me a second, let me just quickly count everything out. How do you think you've done?
I've definitely failed.
Okay, why would you say that?
When I was joining in the dual carriageway from the slip road, I slowed someone down and I stalled back there and did something else bad. That was definitely a fail. I can't remember it though.
Okay, some of them that you mentioned there were minors. So when you said you slowed down that vehicle, now I felt like there was just a bit of undue hesitation there. And that's why I marked it down as a minor. Okay, so I feel like the gap was there, he was slowing down for you and you just kind of hesitated a bit, but then eventually you did take it, and yes, he slowed down a little bit just to let you in and to make it a bit clearer that he was letting you in rather than going. So I wouldn't say it was a serious, dangerous or mistake. It was just a bit of undue hesitation there. Okay, so that would have been a minor with the slip road. But do you not remember me braking at any point?
Yeah. When the car was to the left and the bus, yeah.
That was really close, right? Okay. Now I had to mark that one down as a dangerous mistake there. Yeah, I had to brake quite suddenly there, and we were just extremely close. First, she was holding back. That would have been the correct thing to do, but then you just try to squeeze through, and not even slowly. You try to go through that too quick, and that's why you didn't have that time to judge both sides, and I had to intervene.
Yep.
Yeah. Okay. The best thing would have been to do there was just, if you feel like there's enough space, approach really slowly, keeping an eye on both sides, and if you do get too close to either side, we just come to a stop and assess how to fix it at that point. Okay. Now, when you're going through tight gaps, a little tip for you: don't try to go at an angle. Yeah, so you want to try getting yourself lined up straight, because when we're coming at an angle, especially if it's tight, you're just going to get too close to either the bus or that parked car there. Whereas if you've got yourself lined up straight, it's easy to just go through that gap then. Okay, so just bear that in mind for next time. So yes, unfortunately we would have failed because of that one dangerous mistake, but there's other serious mistakes. So in total you've had four mistakes, okay? Faults, big faults, okay? So serious or dangerous faults. So one of them was the clearance. Should I just tell you?
Yeah.
Yeah, okay, so the second one was another clearance. Now again, just almost the second to third road on before we came to the end here, where there was a learner car coming towards us and there was some roadworks or something happening on the left, and again it's very tight, the road, there's no parked cars or anything, but the road's just really narrow and you get really close, and there was some roadworks kind of bollard things that were standing up, and we got mirrors really close to it. Don't forget yes, your wheels are going to be close to the pavement, but your mirror overhangs sometimes, and there was a red car which was parked up on the left as well, and again our mirror is really close to that car, and again I would have given you a serious mistake there, but this time I didn't intervene, that's why it's not marked down as dangerous, but it was still really close, and you're just risking yourself for scraping cars.
Yep.
Yeah, bigger clearances, if it's really tight, just slow it right down, keep looking both sides. If you're not sure, just hold back. It's better, safer to hold back and then go through a bigger gap later. Okay, so something that we need to definitely work on, your clearance, okay, and just judging the gaps a little bit better, okay. And then just near the end as well, I asked you to pull over and park in a safe place. You've checked your mirrors, you've done your signal, you've started to come in towards a gap on the left, and it was a raised curb, but I feel like you got confused about the driveways or something. So it's a raised curb, but the person has knocked down their wall to make a driveway.
Yeah.
But it's somewhere that you can legally park.
Okay.
Okay? So some of these, like even that one there, that white car, if someone wanted to, if they wanted to park right there, they could do, because it's not actually no, I think that is dropped. Basically it's got to be a drop curb in order for it to be an official driveway. If it's not a drop curb, some people do this where they just knock down their wall and then they go in and park there. But by law you are allowed to park outside there. Okay, but the mistake you made was that you checked your mirrors, you signaled to come in, and then all of a sudden you changed your mind without telling anyone you're moving out again. So you still had the left signal when you're moving back over to the right, and then it turned off, but no one knew you was about to move off to the right. So that was signals correctly. You're telling people you're parking on the left, but you're moving away off to the right again. Okay, do you understand that one?
Yeah.
Yep. And then right at the start with the gate, I know we haven't been through the gate ever before, that was our first attempt, but I had to help us there. I had to stop the car and tell you that we were getting too close to the right. Do you remember that? Again, same thing, what you want to do is try going through the most part of it, or at least get half your car out of the tight gap in a straight line. You're starting to turn too early and your back's almost pivoting on the spot, and it's going to get too close to that bollard. Okay, so just go out a bit more straighter and then come back out. Okay, but at least we did this practice today, so you know how to approach on your test. Okay, and then you've had 17 minors there as well. Now let's go through some of them. I might not remember all of them, but I'll try remembering as much as I can. So with the controlled stop, the emergency stop was pretty good. I was happy with that. The only thing was you didn't check your mirrors before and your blind spots before moving off again.
Yep.
You start checking your mirrors whilst moving, but your blind spots have to be when you're stationary. Make sure it's safe around the car, and then proceed again. Okay. Moving off safely. Sometimes when you're stopped in traffic or you're in a queue or something and there's multiple lanes, you're not checking your mirrors and not knowing what's happening around you before moving off. On 2 occasions, of course, just literally waiting in traffic and the traffic lights go green or the traffic starts moving. We're just moving off without knowing what's happening around the car. Okay. Make sure we're looking around. Giving you 3 minors for moving off with control. Now I think you might know this one. We stored 3 times, but each of them you managed to recover fairly quick, and we haven't affected anyone on the road, so you've managed to get away with that. However, you want to try fixing this as soon as you can, because if you end up stalling, for example, on a 2-lane roundabout as you're entering, you're going to affect other road users. So always tell yourself, just double check that you put it into first gear as you stop, or try to put it into first gear as you're stopping, so you're not forgetting to change down to first gear again.
Yep.
Okay. Use the mirrors before change of direction. I can't remember exactly where, but this must have been where you're not checking your mirrors before moving your position. It could be even the slightest amount, or you could be switching lanes. Just make sure you check your mirrors. Okay, it happened on the one occasion. Following distance, when we came onto the dual carriageway, I felt like we were just a little bit too close to that car in front. The safe gap that we like to keep in dry conditions is
2 seconds.
Yeah, so use an obstacle or a landmark on the left, that when you pass that obstacle or landmark, that you count 2 seconds and then you pass afterwards. I feel like it was just under. Okay, and then I spoke about your undue hesitation. That was on the dual carriageway, the slip road. Yeah. The gap was there, and try and remember you can adjust your speed as well to help yourself come in. If you feel like there's a gap, the van's behind us, maybe speed up within the speed limit and try getting in front of him. And if you start slowing down at that point, you would have had to slow down a lot without having to get too close to the pavement there, with the end of the slip road and him to be able to pass through. So why not just speed up and get in a bit sooner than him? Okay. Pedestrian crossings, keeping them clear. So we came up to a roundabout. There was we were doing a left turn. The car in front managed to clear the crossing. There was a little bit of space, and we've gone into that, and we're half on the crossing and half into that space, and then you're trying to edge forward to try and avoid the crossing, but then we're getting too close to the car in front. If there's not enough space, just wait before the crossing. When the next car clears, then enter in. Do you understand all those mistakes there?
Yes.
Yeah, okay. Now, I am a little bit strict when it comes to the minors and some of the serious mistakes as well, but this is just to get us on a higher level and get up to a good standard when we go in for the test, so it's nice and easy for when we go for the test. So don't feel like, oh my god, I'm not going to pass my test. It's just to highlight your mistakes, and I mark down everything. Sometimes the examiners might be a little bit more lenient and not mark stuff down, but it's just to get that standard up. Okay?
It could always be worse. 17.
But yeah, it was a good drive, but you have got those mistakes, and we're just going to work on them, and we've got one more lesson to kind of work on these mistakes.
Yeah, I could feel myself panicking a bit, like a lot of it.
Yeah?
Yeah.
It's just, and the whole purpose of these mock tests are just to get used to that pressure, being, you know, not getting any help from me, and being able to drive for those 40 minutes, and having me watch you constantly, and knowing these cameras are watching you as well. It puts that pressure on, but it helps us get used to it, and when it comes to the test, it makes it a lot more easier. Okay? Good. And, any questions? Did you find the route okay? Yeah?
Serious mistake, if I get one, I fail.
Yes.
Cool.
Yeah, so one serious or one dangerous, regardless of how many minors you have, you fail your test. If you don't have any serious or dangerous mistakes, you'll add up to 15 minors and you still pass. If you have 16, then you fail the test. Still as well. Okay? Good.